As an introduction, heritage can be defined as something valuable that is passed from one generation to the next generation, while conservation is the term that refers to the action of conserving something. Conservation can be protection, preservation, or restoration of the natural environment. Conservation work at the building or historical site in Malaysia has been under the responsibility of Jabatan Warisan Negara. Jabatan Warisan Negara has been responsible for any conservation work when the National Heritage Act 2006 is approved on 1st March 2006 at the Parliament. The conservation concept can be reviewed from 4 different aspects of authenticity. The first aspect is the authenticity of a building material. Building material is regarded as the most valuable thing in the building. The material will be the evidence for the old construction knowledge, the uniqueness of construction method, and the magnificent factor of the building. The second authenticity is the authenticity of design. Every old building has its own uniqueness and its own construction method that were regarded as history. Next, the authenticity of workmanship. Historical building has its own uniqueness in forms of workmanship or the construction skill of the builder. The workmanship detail art must be conserved, and any remedial work that defective part must follow the traditional workmanship technique. And the last aspect is the authenticity of building setting. The shape of the building and the position of the building, including the layout of the area and the interior of the building, must be preserved as in the original layout. So for conservation approach, we have 6 different approach in conservation. The first approach is protection, second restoration, third reconstruction, fourth maintenance, fifth recovery, and the last one is conservation. The ultimate goal of conservation process is to minimize building intervention and to restore the original appearance of the building. We have 4 different stages in conservation stage. The first stage is preliminary study, second stage is research study, third stage is prepare action plan, and the last one is implementation and monitoring of conservation program. In preliminary study, we will conduct a condition survey to know the severity of building defect in that historical building. So for my case study, I choose Perak Museum that is built on 1883 and it is located at Jalan Tamingsari, Taiping, Perak. The building age is 135 years old and it has 3 blocks. The historical background of this building is it is the first museum that was built in Malaysia by the British for displaying artifacts and fossils. Conservation work in this museum building has been implemented in 3 different stages. This is because to make sure the visitors can still visit the museum although conservation work is being carried out. The conservation work started in December 2007 and took time around 14 months to complete. The main conservation work in this building is to conserve the original building painting and to demolish the old toilet to maintain the building original appearance. A special technique of conservation work has been implemented in order to conserve the original colour of the exterior wall of Perak Museum. The technique that is used in this conservation work is burning technique. Burning technique will reveal the original color of the paint. The principle of conserving building paint according to Jabatan Warisan Negara is scraping of technique must be done carefully without ruining the fabric of heritage building. The new layer of paint also must be compatible with the original element. If the building is made from lime plaster, so the new paint must be made from lime wash. As for recommendation in my case study, I would like to suggest that every conservation work must follow all the guidelines that were provided by the National Heritage Department in order to prevent a future building defect.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm HAYATI BINTI. My case study is the restoration support house Penang. Okay, as you know that the restore were made since in 2000 and have around 500,000 to Department of Civil Work. And the restoration more focusing on roof, ballroom and stabilize the wall structure. So the location is near with the river, which is HISHAM, and also near with Methodist Boys School. Okay, for this building, the owner by Sir Falk that come from England. And then 1794, he was died at Penang. Furthermore, Martina Rosel was revived at health after the light is passed away. In 1805, she was inherited lighthouse, so with surrender estate to William Philip as his father-in-law. Okay, and then this house has been the part for discussion about the political issues since established British part. Okay, as you know that this building was last used. There was a change of ownership. The last is used for the canteen for Methodist Boys School. Okay, so in 1993, Penang Heritage was decided to make a deputation for survey to keep this building. So the importance of the building is they use a scaffolding to support the wall and cover the roof for temporary protections to expose the weather. So this picture shows that the appearance of the building before and after the restoration. And also a floor, which is the floor is made by wood and then has happened rotten and terminated. So the scope of work which has have three stages. First is made to compare before and after, and then we made document the variety of defects, and then take a picture as the proof and reference for feature. Okay, and then second is clean up the building site before construction, which is mean we need to remove the vegetation growth and then remove all broken and damage on this building. So on this building conservation on support house, the firstly we can remove of the fungal and any raised surface, and then dismantling roof tiles, cover the roof structure, and then remove any rotten timber, fix waterproofing, help of crumble plaster, install the plaster and painting into wall, and then reconstruct any part that collapsed, and remove error pointing loads of mortar, restoring decayed door, and laying and fixing the marble for floor in this building. And then we move another case study, which is the Museum Sultan Abu Bakar Pekan Pahang. So this museum was established in 1974 when the Pahang State Government Council revived a paper on establishment of the first Pahang State Museum chaired by the chairman of the local government committee. And then the Pahang exhibit building is collapsed by the Barang Palace, which was original official residence of House Royal Highest the Sultan of Pahang, which is the late. And then the Museum of Istana Abu Bakar was adaptive use the function to establish a pupil-friendly surrounding area that engage the local community by the separate organization. Okay, the project was handled by Museum Director William and Dr. Ahmad Farid bin Abdul Jamal. Okay, so these buildings have influenced by the wood structure was replaced with kayu jati planks and wood. I also have indoor stream at the first door. So the building was selected after Abu Bakar Place and Pahan Town was built instead the Buran Place. Building was abandoned and moreover, there are many events taking place with the strength of the building, which is originally the official residence of the first British resident of Pahan State, which is G.P. Roger before being a castle. So in 1942 until 1945, this building used for base for the Japanese army during the Japanese occupation. This building use a readaptive use on building, which is by pillars and floor. Pillars is that covered with wood ramp, window allows the front facade, and then the floor is replaced with new floor and such as floorboard, and then this floor have a damage for floor, same with two-story building. So I also have a CK which is installed the clear glass to ensure that heavy air system is not outside our building. And then our corridor, the corridor was original, nothing exterior or playing animated. But other element, this building can focus on the aesthetic of exterior, which is inspired by the house, and then two is landscape, which is have a variety of plants surrounding the area, and then third is floor finishes that can be root and easily to access and use the space. Thank you.